Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crate Expectations. It's been a few dozen weeks. It feels like a few dozen weeks. I'm here with my co-host, terrible at cracking her neck, Sarah. How are
Yes.
you today, Sarah?
Sore?
In the neck region? I
Yeah.
was gonna say the neckle region, but that sounds very strange.
What's a nickel?
I feel, I mean,
Sounds like you're
that's
trying to say nickel and
yeah, that isn't that how you say nickel in Canada?
we added a U.
Yeah, that sounds like you, y'all. Uh, so, oh man, it's been forever. I feel like last time we talked was right around when Starkiller was released or something,
That long?
ish.
Ish, something like that. You were like a couple dozen weeks, and I was like, a couple dozen days is probably more accurate. It's not even
Ish.
ish.
If you just add ish, you're good. You got it covered.
Over
So,
under.
what's that?
Like an over under.
It's like a bridge or something.
Like a carry on.
I really like having people explain things to me that I know about. It's really good. All right, so um, we have actually been playing Galaxy of Heroes some in the interim.
Yeah, occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I log in.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I had this really crazy experience where my Professor X account just magically, like, I don't think anyone actually did it,
Mhm.
or put effort in, but it magically got Red Crate this season of
I would
Conquest.
I would like to get Red Crate in Conquest without putting any effort in on my account.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it lazy like me. I mean, my little account, I'm pretty sure I could get sixth crate at this point.
You've got to be able to.
But crate 5 is my comfort zone, and we're good.
Yeah, but like I feel like you could get sixth crate, especially this series. It's been so easy.
Yeah, I mean, that like I said, I actually there was like one feat that I think I could have. I think it was just like took 3 extra fights to get, and I was like, oh, I could actually get another Omicron mat. And guess what? I didn't do. I had the whole week.
No way.
It's prevail, man.
I would
It's
have logged in
prevail,
and
man.
done that.
Uh,
Takes like 2 seconds. You just hit auto.
this is secretly a ploy to get you the login information for prevail, man. I'll send it over shortly.
Your people contact my people.
Yeah, well, we'll get those credentials sorted for you. We'll provision the credentials. Yeah, so I just you're right. I should have. I just it's my alt, man. I don't know. I just
Your
uh,
alt alt.
you're right. I so there's no magically falling into red crate on that account ever.
Hmm.
Though I will say my main account actually I did accidentally. Like I got a feat and I thought that I was gonna have to get the Stap one or kill or the B1 massacre one.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I actually have red crate. I guess I could stop.
Oh, nice. So, which feat did you do instead? I'm trying to think to
Like
remember them.
all of them except for those two, basically.
Like all the sector ones.
Right, and the sector twos and the sector threes and the sector fours and fives. But yeah, I just the Stap one and
B1.
the massacre one. Yeah,
But those are easy to do.
I'm sure. Like the Stap one would have taken some gaming around probably. I know that there's some cheese ways to do it. Cheese just annoys me, like in every form. It pisses me off.
You would have liked the cheese on that one.
I don't think so. I think even as I can admire the ingenuity of
Mhm.
it, it
Mhm.
just makes me angry.
Gas lead on the Night Sister node in Sector 1.
Yeah, it pisses me off. Stop.
Stop.
Stap. Stap. I love that he's called Stap and that's how they would pronounce it.
Yeah, I
You know?
know.
Stap. Should I
But
just start talking like that? Should I start talking like that?
nasally?
Do I sound Canadian?
Is that what we sound like? Oh,
So some of you.
oh dear. Um, I was going to say, but even the B1 one isn't that bad because there's a bunch of stuff in that sector to do that you can just do on the B1 node.
No, like I said, I was planning on doing it. Like it wasn't labeled as skip. I didn't
Right.
really go through with my main account and plan which ones I should do and what like they were all easy.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like that was that and that I guess that's my point at the end of the day. Like I fell into Red Crate on that account, and
Hmm.
usually I'm like, all right, which ones am I gonna skip? Which ones seem annoying? The Stap one, maybe I think that one was I was gonna skip it.
Right.
I'd be willing to if I had to instead of getting a trillion evades or something. But
Also
um,
really easy.
a trillion,
Yeah. You can get
I don't
definitely a
think
trillion.
I don't I know you're math averse, but I don't think you fully grasp what a trillion, like how many zeros that is.
It's just a few dozen.
All right, you got it. Never mind. You grasp it perfectly. I can
Yeah.
tell.
Um,
I'm just trying. I'm thinking of that scene in Dodgeball where he's trying to bribe the guy. He's like, I don't think you've ever seen $100,000 in person, but I assure you, it loses something in translation. And he like opens the briefcase, and it's just like this little stack of bills. It's like so pathetic. That's what I was thinking of
uh,
when I said that. But no, it was easy though. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, was this? Is it now just light side ones are gonna be easy
so
or something?
okay, that's an interesting point because it was like the first light side character in God knows how long. Since Ben, which is
Yeah,
like a really long time. Um,
yeah, really long time.
really long, a few dozen. Um,
A few dozen units of time
yeah.
long.
It was easy. I agree with you. I actually wasn't really planning on my account or on Professor X. I just kind of like went through the sectors and then looked at what I had sort of already done. I was like, all right, I guess I'll just finish this. And it was fine. Um, I didn't look at it in terms of it was easy because it was light side. It was interesting to me that it was easy because normally the easier conquests are on ship reward conquests. Don't fight me on that. I've already calculated it in the past and it's true. Um,
I don't think you have a big enough sample size, but continue.
I'm not even going to argue. Um, but like even this one was on par with being as easy as a ship conquest. Like the amount of even just the amount of like global wins that they took away, like the 40 battles and stuff that they took away was surprising. I am actually wondering if it's because it's Amidala and she's going to be usable in the new raid.
Yeah, I had that thought actually of like they're trying to make things a little more accessible. Like they're making it so that you can farm Gungans a little bit easier
Hmm.
if you really want to go hard on it. Yeah, I feel like they may be making it more approachable for people like that. Or just they want to make like I mean, Bane was a pretty popular character. People were really excited to get him and
Hmm.
everything. But at the end of the day, like he's not a main like saga character. Kind
No.
of like unless you are a Star Wars fan,
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've just passively, casually watched the movies, like you wouldn't know who Darth Bane is. And Malicos, you have to play the video game to get like that. There's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of like Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. You have to watch like the third season of a show, like a Star Wars show that wasn't even particularly that great of a season. Like they're all things that sure Star Wars fans generally know, but aren't But everyone knows who Queen Amidala is.
Right.
So they might just be like, hey, look, here's something you guys like everyone can get a little bit easier.
Yeah. It was, I mean, I'm not mad about it. I know like a lot of people were anxious or um nervous about it because they changed the discs up, but
No, that's something I wanted to bring up was I feel like this one was easier, and yet like if you didn't set your discs up correctly, it
hmm
could actually be a fairly challenging one because uh like there were certain builds that we use that like they're kind of in my comfort zone. It's like Inquisition, they're still like an easy button kind of, but you have to
hmm
win a little differently with them now.
right.
Because you used to be able to just use Amplified Agony,
Right.
and you just start with the Inquisition. And I know that not everyone watching this is going to have the Inquisition, but like you could start a battle and they would be in the red. You just do one AOE with Grand Inquisitor,
hmm
and you just get pissed that it took so long to get a ton of purge
Right.
out because you just kill everyone so fast. But otherwise it's so easy. But now it's different, and you can still win with them if with different setups. But I feel like that was my primary challenge was finding the right disc loadout.
I'm kind of surprised because I didn't really like I grabbed a couple of the new discs just to toy with them, but my primary loadout was still like a Zealous Ambition
Which is
build.
new for the last like year we haven't had it kind of. I don't know
Yeah,
if
they
it's been
took
a
it
full year,
away.
but
But we've used but like by new I mean like the Heal Over Time discs and the whatever that new speed disc is that they I can't remember the name of it. Um, but there wasn't anything that seemed overly broken.
I mean it was fine. It used to be I mean they took away a lot of discs
hmm
in my opinion. Like it take away the comfort zone in my opinion. Like so a lot of people would have the what do you call them, like the extra offense,
Yep.
or the swiftness or
hmm
whatever. I'm just totally forgetting what the
Ruthless swiftness, ruthless
Ruthless, yeah,
offense.
the
Yep.
Ruthless series, like those all disappeared. They took away all of the dot mechanics for the most part.
hmm
And dude, I have to say I was so disappointed because it used to be. Have you gotten that? Gosh, I just had it in my head a minute ago. It's the one dot. It's blue, um, and it's
Entrenched.
no. It's where when one of your characters dies, everyone on their team gets 5 dots.
Oh,
It's somewhat new.
caustic emissions? No, that's
No.
not it. Um, I can't remember the name of it.
And anyways, everyone gets 5 dots, and that was the most fun to use with Night Sisters and Amplified Agony.
Ooh. Yeah, that would be fun with Night Sisters.
Yeah, because they kill zombie, and then the whole team explodes. It's really fun. You easily, and so I got it. I was like, yes, we're gonna do that again. And then they just had 5 dots, and I was like, womp womp. It's just really sad.
Uh, uh, but I don't know. I know Zealous Ambition is very
Invasive
specific.
endings.
That's the one. Um, it's very specific since you need support or healers on your team to take advantage of it.
Hmm.
But there's just like your point about Inquisition, like you just AoE with Fifth Brother.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Like I didn't get Zealous Ambition on either account till Sector 3.
Right.
So I knew other people were like, yeah, it's there, and eventually I got enough of them. It wasn't a huge deal on either account, but it was. Anyways, I don't want to talk too long about this. I just, to me, they got rid of the two biggest mechanics, which were the ruthless ones, and they got rid of the dot, like
Yeah.
death by dot mechanics, and they replaced it with functional other options.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I was like, well, I mean, especially if you have been building your roster and if it like, hey, I'm gonna play Conquest this way, and I have a very limited roster because I'm kind of new,
Mm-hmm.
and then they switch the discs on you. I feel like that could be pretty challenging. Like
Totally.
just just because it was easy for you with your 12 million account and my Professor X account at 11 million, like
Mm-hmm.
doesn't necessarily mean that someone at 4 million is like gonna be like, yay, they changed discs.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Um, I now am wondering as well about this. So the last, like the discs that you're saying they got rid of, like they were, I don't want to call them crutches, but like they're a comfort zone, like you said. And they
Mm-hmm.
also made the battles go insanely fast. Like you could
Yep.
blow through Conquest so quickly. And this one, like it was still doable. The battles obviously did take longer. Um, but I'm wondering if that is a correlate, if they're making that correlation between how easy Conquest is and the discs that are available to you, in terms of like time spent in game. So like you have less annoying, tricky feats. A lot of the feats you could double, triple, quadruple dip on. But they take like the battles take a little bit longer versus you needing to do way more 40 battles that aren't
Right.
stackable feats, but you can blow through the battle in 10 seconds.
Right. Yeah, I mean they're probably just trying to preserve how much time people were logging in the game.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just wondering
I
if there's a
hate it.
connection there. Now I feel like I need to look at discs from past Conquest series.
Discs, right? So, um, uh, yeah, I'm gonna change the subject a little bit
Yes.
and ask what CG asked, "Hey, what do you want from Omicrons for Conquest Omicrons?" Did you respond?
I was going to, and then I forgot. Story of my life. Um,
I wonder if they got any feedback. I wonder if people were just like so collectively like, meh.
Conquest Omicrons, I honestly just don't think they're viable. I don't think they are a good sell. A lot of feedback that I saw on Discord was people saying that like, oh, like they could shave um the number of battles you have to do down, or like something that affects your stamina, like all this kind of stuff. And I was like, it's not going to be that. It's going to have an effect on the actual battle. And O- Omicrons and Conquest to me are just useless because how many times, like there's no guarantee with them changing feats, changing discs that you're going to
Right?
use that character the next run unless they
Yeah.
put it on an insanely popular character that everyone is going to want to use. Like if you put it on, I don't know, CLS or Grievous or like something like common like that a lot of people would have and use in Conquest. But even then, I don't think it would be worth it.
Did you say Greedo?
Grievous.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't ever use Greedo. Okay. Okay, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Grievous.
CLS. I would be so disappointed if they gave CLS
I
a
know.
Conquest Omicron. I'd rather have him not have any.
And I just like it's not going to have like an Omicron and Conquest is not going to affect your stamina. It's not going to affect your energy regen. It's not going to affect how fast you can get feats done.
Mm-hmm.
I I just wouldn't bother. Like I was using Sortie this conquest to do the droid kills, and I don't have her Omicron, and I don't need her Omicron.
Oh, whoa, Miss Braggadocious here.
I also did it on the
I don't need
B1
it.
node. I also did it on the B1 node so I could get kills of B1s.
Well, you're too fancy for all of us. Congratulations. But
But my point is like you don't need the Omicron, especially when you factor in that
Well,
you're
that's your point.
also doing data disks that are going
Mm-hmm.
to affect the outcome.
Right.
The modifiers on the enemy you're facing or the boss are going to affect your outcome. Consumables you use are going to affect the outcome. Like it just, I don't know. I feel like Conquest Omicrons are a dud.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they're awful. And they're awful stupid.
Like I would not be sad if we never got another Conquest Omicron.
I kind of hate that they, or even that they're like, man, how can we expand people and like force people to use Omicrons in Conquest? Like, I just,
Right.
you know what I'm concerned about is, like we've talked about how eventually CG is going to give us like an expert mode or something for
Yeah.
the like more hardcore players, and I that would be my biggest concern would be like you need an Omicron. But if you just like if it's just like you could apply it on any GL
Mm-hmm.
and it just unlocked expert mode, you just had to apply
Oh,
a mandatory Gosh, why do I think of stupid, awful things?
you know
Let's
what? I
move.
was thinking the same thing. I just didn't say it and like will it into existence. So this one's on you.
Oh, you thought it. You're the one who willed it into existence. I was just reading your mind. So,
Ah, man. Yeah, no, no, just no. Just no Conquest Omicrons.
yes, yeah, I agree. More interesting GAC ones, please. So while we're talking about Omicrons, let's play my favorite game of
Oh.
what's the latest Omicron you've applied?
I think it was either on Bow or Bane. Probably Bow, because I think I unlocked Bow after. No, it would have been Bane. I unlocked Bow before Bane.
What did you? Which one did you do? Which ones did you do?
Uh, Good question. Which ones did I do?
You didn't put a second one on Trench?
Come on.
Did you end up putting any relics on him?
Uh, Not yet. It's still Relic 1. I feel like I'm just doing it to hurt you at this point.
Finally, you just admit, I just want to hurt you. Oh, jeez.
Um,
I feel so much relief and so much annoyance at the same time.
I gave Bane his unique, and I gave him his special, like his first special.
Oh, okay. Have you used him yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like in GAC, you've used him?
No,
Yeah, okay.
we're in 3v3.
I'm proud of you for applying those Omicrons for no reason.
You know what? Maybe I'll use him in uh my next round. I
Don't
always like I'm like,
don't
"Oh,
say you're going to.
I should use him." And then I forget to attack or don't
Yeah,
need to keep attacking.
you don't really ever forget to attack because you almost always tell me that you should attack.
This is true.
It's almost always the DM I get in the morning, like the morning of like the end of GAC. Like you have the rest of the morning and
Right.
afternoon, and it's always like I should attack. I
When
should
there's like
attack
six
more.
hours left.
Yeah.
Um, I am gonna have to start attacking at night because I go back to work next week. So
Oh.
that's gonna be an interesting change.
Well, I'm glad for our guild that you haven't gotten trench working well. That's helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. What's the last Omicron you applied?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Do they all just blur together?
I guess. It's been a while since I applied one. I think probably
Really?
the Bane, the two Bane ones for my main account, and the Professor X. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm saving them now. I guess no. Professor X, I put Keller and Bex on actually.
I did that too, but I did that before Bane and Bow.
And then I'll probably apply trenches next on Professor X. But mine's already Relic 7 with all of his
So it's
relics and
kind of
stuff,
like
or
I
all of
have a
his.
Relic 7 trench.
Mm, it's really.
Sort of the same.
So let's move right along. I'm
uh,
uncomfortable. No. um,
I'm not wrong.
I mean, sure. Good, congratulations. I hope you get a lot of use out of him.
Totally. I use
Totally.
him in territory battles for you every time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
How does he do?
He does great. I do, especially on Dathomir, you do Darth Revan lead with C, Bane, Malik, Malgus, and you hit auto, and it's 2 for 2. And it's fast.
You use Trench on that team?
I think I platoon your trench. No.
You're, you're crazy. All right. I'm like, how does he do? You're like, he does great. Listen to my Silly Eternal team. Jeez. I was like, this is so weird. Like, you're not even using Trench lead. That's cool. And then you just like
No,
got to the
I'm
end of the
just saying I
list.
use Bane on your account.
Oh, Bane. Okay.
No, I
Not
don't use
not.
trench. Come on.
I asked you if you used him.
I thought you were
Jeez.
asking if I use Bane.
You're just
Moving on.
like, you're like, he asked a question, and I don't like it, so I'm gonna rewrite it. I think that's what he said. I've decided to rewrite what I think he said too.
I swear you said he.
What he like
But like,
Trench?
like, no. Go on.
You know.
Uh,
All right, so let's talk. Enough triggering discussion. Let's talk. Let's do a trigger photo instead here. Um, This one is just. This is the worst almost. So it's a 4 million account,
mhm.
and this person probably needed to get into Conquest like a while ago, like hard
Right.
level Conquest, and he probably couldn't. And you can see here, so I'll zoom in a little bit, so people can see this abomination, man. Just
Yeah.
the Grievous team.
It's sad because if they needed to get into Conquest, like Grievous does so good in Conquest.
He's great in Conquest. He's great in all the game modes. Until if this guy's at 4 million, like he could be killing so much stuff with a Grievous team. I always tell people like what you need, like first thing you need to do with like when you get access to the ship, to the fleet, store,
Hmm.
is start buying Grievous shards immediately
Yeah.
because he's so good early game. And this guy's just like, he's really good at just like annoying my guildmates.
Sad. Activate the man.
Okay, so bonus points here though.
Yeah.
I have to laugh. Bonus points in like for being real dumb is IG 100. So Magnagard uh,
Hmm.
has I don't know, it's like gear 2 or 3 or something like that, 4 or 5, something like it doesn't
Gear
matter.
blue.
But they applied all gear on that level,
Hmm.
but didn't click the like complete button to upgrade the level.
Maybe he's just fluffing his GP to get into hard conquest.
It's a free button to push upgrade and you
I
get
know.
a GP increase. So he's not. Or maybe he
No,
is
I meant
and
like maybe
he's the
like
dumbest.
each piece of gear equipped gives you a little bit of GP too.
Yeah, but but then you push the upgrade button and it gives you more. So,
I didn't say it was a good decision.
right, like that's what I'm saying. If he did the thing you're suggesting, then he did it the dumbest way possible. I didn't just assume it's a he. It could easily be not a he.
Just
Lot of dumb people out there playing this game.
do you think he has a relic trench?
I hope he does, just to spite you. I hope I hope he applied the Zetas to it too,
Oh man.
and the Omicrons. I just one day you're gonna wake up you'll be like, I can't apply relics on anyone. I'll be like, oh, well, look at your trench.
You'll be like, that's funny.
Oh, that's hilarious. That'll work. You'll see. So, all right, guys, we're going to Sarah's channel, and there will be more shenanigans over there, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Yep. So, video description is where you can find the link to Sarah's channel, or there's probably a link below one of us at some point, starting now. So, we'll see you there. I'm feeling pretty frustrated right now, so the roster roast is gonna be just not nice, I think.
That poor account. Yikes.
All right, see you there.